I'm Jack Chartier. I'm here in apartment 304. Yeah, my work involves water-soluble stains and acrylic, and I call the overall body of work testing. If you look at this piece right here, for example, this is a stain that is different densities of stain and spray paint over it, and the spray paint kind of interacts with the stains and creates an interaction. So each painting is a sort of documentation of the test of how the materials work together.
I'm Anthony DeGennaro, and the art I do is fine art photography, music, composing, and film. The building has been really good for creative inspiration. There's a lot of great artists in this building, and we've collaborated several times. I've worked with several people. I made a black comedy horror called Son of Terror, and it's a story of It's a concept of a mentally ill artist and the nightmare visions he's having that dictate his reality, and his visions are the movie. I'm really into perspective, surrealism, and lighting and photography, natural lighting, and I like to create aesthetic environments and paintings in my photography. So when you're looking at the photography, you think it's an impressionistic painting, or it translates a mood to you. And I use a lot of that technique in the way that I film this movie.
My name is Amber Cole, and I am a food and lifestyle photographer. And you can see behind me is the project I've been working on for the last year. It's all about the food of Jalisco, Mexico. I was hired by a client for a cookbook project, and I went there about 4 times this year, and each time was a 14-day shoot. And fully produced, so it was fantastic. It's not only did I get to shoot the food and meet the people, but I got to eat it as well. Got turned on to a lot of really good food. And since I have the training for photography, I think that my voice can be helpful through photographs to help that movement along.
I've got sort of 3 levels of art that I do. The first of which is family portraiture. The second portion of my art is about my existence in New York as a photographer some 25 years ago, where I worked at night for the Village Voice. So I have a collection of photographs that I'm beginning to exhibit and to show to the public, to sort of relive those times, as it were, and it's a pretty exciting celebrity-based body of work. And then the third portion of my work really is surrounds something around my community involvement, and also with 3 other artists that were here in the building. We put together a project where we documented the lives of 10 residents of the low-income Fry Hotel around the corner. We put together a combination of a website, a book, and an exhibit where we had these people talk about their lives and their ability to lead their lives. And the next step for this would be for us to do a second show, which would be part 2, where we interview more people on a higher income strata about what their concerns are.
And see if we have common concerns. And we've done one already, and it turns out we do. We are, there's the same issues come up no matter who we are. There's family issues, there's addiction issues, there's work issues, there's money issues. We have more in common than we think we do.
We all carry baggage, we all got our scars to show.
Hey, my name is David Gilbo. I'm a documentary filmmaker and a songwriter. Well, I've been working the last 4 years on a documentary on HIV/AIDS and African Americans. It's a film company run by a former colleague of mine at ABC News, and it's just coming out this year. So that's been my main project. But now I'm kind of switching gears into songwriting. I want to spend some time. I've got lots and lots of songs that I've been writing through the years, and it's time for them to make their way into the world. What's interesting about living in the TK is that there's a real community of artists, so you can draw upon other people. The last project I did was with 3 other artists in the building. So you're constantly, feeding your own creativity off of people of other disciplines. There's painters, there's musicians, filmmakers, artists, jewelry makers, photographers, and that, you're not. It's hard to be an artist out there all by yourself sometimes. You need some support, you need moral support, you need financial support. So the sense of community helps a lot.
It's great because you pretty much have instant like feedback or anything from artists. Like it's you have critiques right there in the building, and you can just sort of interact, and you get inspired by other people's work as well. Painter, oil paints, abstract landscape, sort of the focus of the work. Pretty bold, a lot of color. Most of the time it starts with a sketch, black and white sketch, and then sort of depending on the mood, I'll be interested in certain things like colors. I'll find a color combination like in nature or in a picture, and then I just sort of apply it to the paint. And I'll do sort of series. See, there's another one that's fairly similar with the red and black. Because being inspired by nature and the landscape and just pushing sort of the limits of what happens with your eyes.